How good does it feel to hear that out of your life?
It is. I mean, these guys, they're good workers and just kind of just day by day, to keep making some progress, and they've done a good job of that.
This was the third game in a row you started the same offensive line, and I know a big theme of the season has been getting experience. How important was that to have the same guys out there, and then do you think that kind of led to what we saw?
Well, I mean, just to have guys, especially there, you're right. And, there's got to be some continuity. And we'll see. Like I said, I mean, these guys work really, really hard. And so you see bits and pieces in terms of progress. It is fun going out to a Tuesday practice with these guys because they will collide. And the competitive part of it and the ability the love to play, it's neat being around.
Hey, Coach. Bryce Owens with Sports Forum, Colorado. When did you feel like the momentum really shifted towards your guys' side in this game? Because it looked like the 2 straight touchdown drives for Fresno State, they kind of seized it for a moment, but you guys really captured it and rode within the second half. When did it feel like to you guys you really had momentum?
I don't think we try to stay out of the ride. The ups and the downs and the go and the momentum part of it. We're just trying to develop our guys the ability to learn from what happened, but to go to the next play rather than getting into, the sign and the cosine.
Coach, talk about your development of your team. Are they to a point where you think they've made a significant step up, not just because of a win?
I don't. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, there's no such thing as a significant step. There's just not. I know it sounds good, and in your line of work, you got to have something that has a little drama. I don't want to say drama, but it's got a little catch to it. But that's not the reality. The reality is it's just a push and a grind and I don't want to say a slog, but you just got to keep pounding away.
Was there a particular aggression from the coaching perspective today? I mean, going for it 6 times on 4th down, including the one right there before the half. Was that did you know that going in that you were going to take that approach, or were they just situation by?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we tend to do it a good bit, right? And I think, my thought's always been if it's 4th and 1, boy, if you're going to win the game, you got to be able to convert 4th and 1. It'd probably be different if we were primarily lined up with our quarterback 5 yards deep in the shotgun, but that's kind of. I don't feel like we're doing something out of our ordinary when we're in those situations. I think our linemen are used to being in close quarters, and whether it's a quarterback or a fullback, they do that frequently.
And Matt DePore went to the top of the all-time scoring list today for the program. I guess what has he meant to the program over his years?
He's been really, really consistent. Just when you're around him, how level he is. Just day in, day out, you know what you're getting. He never has a bad day. There are no moods to the guy. It's just come in and you work, and he cares and takes a lot of pride in what he does day in, day out.
Last question for you, Coach. Grant Ewell went down at Baylor, and for all intents and purposes was done for the year, and he's seen significant action the last 2 weeks, made some great plays tonight. Just your thoughts on his comeback?
Well, I mean, the heart, right? The courage to do that. I mean, it's goodness. I would triple checked with the trainers to make sure now he can really do this, and they said yes, that he can. And you're really talking about 2 different things. One, a guy that wants to, but the other part, can he still contribute at a high level? And I think he's answered both those.
Leading scorer in Air Force history. What does that mean to you?
It's crazy to talk about. Some people told me I was close at the beginning of the season. Try not to keep that in my mind. I didn't even know I was close tonight until everyone surrounded me and knocked me in the head a billion times. It was awesome. So it's surreal moment. Been here for 4 years. Great feeling.
Yeah, some of the names you passed tonight alone are Bo Morgan, D. Dallas, and then Luke Strable.
Yeah.
I mean, does that kind of soak in that where you placed now in program history?
It hasn't. It probably won't for a while, to be honest with you. Obviously, Air Force football has a great history. We're trying to continue that, and passing some of those names, like you just said, is crazy to me. They played here a long time ago. Some of them not that long ago, but they scored a lot of points, helped their past teams win, and that's just what I'm trying to do this year.
And the last thing, to pass it on a night when they needed those 12 points, that you scored.
Yeah.
I think it was a career high, 3 field goals too, right? Like,
I'm not sure.
I guess, in bigger picture, to do it on a night when your performance really mattered, does that kind of sweeten the deal even more?
Yeah, they sent me out there 3 times, made all 3 field goals, just trying to help the team win, to be honest with you. And, that last one really helped us out, seal the deal there at the end. And then we got the onside recovery. So great team win. Awesome. Our second win of the season. Hopefully we can keep this going.
Ozaro, did you guys get cold out there because you only were on the field for less than 15 minutes?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just super proud of the offense because, the offense, they did their thing tonight. But, yeah, no, for sure, like being on the sideline for a little bit too long was getting a little cold. And so, but it was a good cold.
I want to ask you about Grant Ewell. Ask Coach about him because Baylor, it looked like he was done for the season. He's played in the last 2 games. Can you talk to me about him? Yeah,
no, when it comes to Grant Ewell, that's just kind of like he's really just like the leader of our room. That's just some guy that really like inspires all of us. He comes in every single day with that just hard work ethic, and he really just brings this team and even linebacker room together. So, yeah, no, I'm a really big fan of Grant Ewell.
They had -5 rushing yards. To make them that one-dimensional, kind of was that the game plan, and how important was that in getting the win?
Yeah, no, honestly, for the defense, it was just kind of going back to old school Air Force football, just being relentless to the ball, everyone doing their job. And then from there, we knew that if we did that, we should be just fine on defense.
And I guess for both of you, hearing you guys sing in the locker room, like you probably kind of took it for granted that over these years, we had 10 wins a year. How nice is that now that you know what it's like to not experience it, to go back in there and enjoy that atmosphere?
Yeah, no, 100%. Just being in that locker room and the vibes are just super high. I'm just super proud of this team. Our record doesn't reflect, how hard these guys come in every single day to work and just continue their relentless effort. So, yeah, today's singing was really great for us.
Just to add on to that, yeah, the first 3 years of us being here, we won a lot of games, and maybe, it didn't feel as good. When you win 10 games, 9 games, it's just another win, right? But this season especially, when we come out here at home and we play like we did tonight, it's a special feeling.
After 33 carries.
I'm not going to feel good tomorrow, but just that win. We've been working at this so hard. We never gave up, and just this feeling, something different. This team, we never gave up on ourselves, and it's indescribable how good I feel right now. Of course, soreness will get to me tomorrow, but I'm not worried about that right now.
That first drive, you guys went 19 plays, 75 yards, took almost 11 minutes off the clock. How important was that to establish what you were doing, to see that you could do it, and just, for the game, everything?
That set the tone. Our walkthrough this morning, we ran the 8 plays in a row of fullback dive, then we called it up. That's all we needed because we knew our mentality is we're going to run the ball over and over and over again and see how bad they want to play football. And, that first drive kind of encapsulated it. And I think we don't have a new normal, but we realized our normal that we had all along.
When you're having a season as a team like this that you guys are currently experiencing, what does a win like this? We can hear you guys celebrating in the locker room. What does a win like this feel like to you guys to prevent a conference opponent from being bowl eligible for another week?
It's great. Just the feeling of working hard over and over and over again, and finally getting over the hump and getting another win. It's huge because we believe in ourselves. Past 7 games, we believe in ourselves that we'd win that game, and it didn't stop this game. We knew Fresno State is an amazing team. They have amazing athletes. They schemed really well, and just for us to produce and play Air Force football is what we needed.
Quentin Hayes at the end of drive in the third quarter, on third down, put his body on the line, came up short, and then got in the next play. What's it mean to you guys when you see your quarterback out there giving that kind of effort?
It's huge. He's our leader, doesn't matter that he's only a sophomore. He's the field general, and for him to be setting an example like that, that's something that we needed and that we haven't now. We're really happy and really looking forward to these next 3 games.
Alex, this is the 3rd week in a row you guys have started the same offensive line. And all season long, there's been this question of continuity. How much do you think that played a factor in the way you guys were able to play?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it definitely was very beneficial. And then I've said in the past, I mean, every week we've seen improvement across the board. And then for my position, obviously, the offensive line. And I think tonight was a really good example of that improvement, actually, playing into the game.
Alex, what does a game like this feel like for you guys in the offensive line? Not only the number of run plays you guys called, but to see the run game success as much as it did. How much fun is that for you guys on the offensive line?
Oh, it's absolutely awesome. Being able to, take someone across the line, drive them back, and then do it again and do it again constantly. That just shows the trust that, the coaches have in the offensive line. And then again, like the trust that he just has in the whole offense to like take care of business because, yeah, we block on the offensive line, but we're not the only ones that are doing it, so it's a real good feeling.
And you guys had the ball 45 minutes, 8 seconds. I don't know if you had seen that stat yet, but is that one you take particular pride in? I kind of want to hear both of your perspective on that stat.
Oh, 100%. There's a lot of statistics saying if you win the time of possession game, you're going to win the game overall. And just us being out there wearing their defense every single play, keeping their offense off the field, we're back to complementary football. Us being out there wearing out their defense, then us helping our defense stay off the field. It's just a recipe for success, and I think we kind of proved that some of those guys didn't want to play this football as bad as they thought they would.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, like, when you are wearing that defense out and then it ends in 6 points and then get the PAT 7, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, so it's a real good feeling.
Yeah, and I heard Dylan's perspective on the first drive. What was yours? What did you guys take away from that? Well, first of all, I see the hat. Have you worn that in a while this year?
After Merrimack and then since no. So it's good to have it back on and, be wearing it again. Feels good.
But yeah, to go out there and kind of execute the way you guys did, 19 plays, almost 11 minutes, like, do you feel like that set a tone, and what did that kind of do for your own mentality?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely set a tone. Because you see the defense getting tired, and then you're like, this is the first drive, and they're already getting tired. So this is going to be a long day for them as long as we keep doing our thing. And then it absolutely sets the mentality. If that happens on the first drive and we end it with a touchdown, what happens when we do it again and again? And keep putting points on the board, keep wearing that defense out, and the results show today.